Alrighty, in this video, I'm going to go over a 2-point perspective checkerboard. This one is also advanced, so please check out the pages in the book, 28 through 30. Look at the 2-point perspective checkerboard, and you are going to have to memorize some steps. This is a little bit more advanced than some of the other perspective quizzes that we've had. So starting off here with the horizon line, I'm going to have the horizon line up just a little bit, give myself some more room down below. Okay, horizon line, let me get my vanishing points, label those. Okay, so you're going to start off with what we did in your previous quiz, which was create a 2-point perspective flat horizontal plane, or we would call it a rug. So if you recall how to do that, you're going to start with a dot, because that dot is the corner closest to me, the viewer, of that horizontal plane. Remember, that dot goes back to both vanishing points. All right, and now I need to cut off my rug however far back I want on both sides. So remember, this is your choice. I'm gonna cut him back here. I'm gonna cut him back here. Now, when I choose those intersections, those little dots, need to go back to each vanishing point. Obviously, he already goes back to that one, so I just need to bring him back to its opposite vanishing point. Same with, oops, shifted my ruler. Same with this guy. All right, so now we have our 2-point perspective horizontal plane in space here, okay? Put the dots on those corner intersections, okay, if you remember that we did this. All right, so now this is the next step that you're gonna have to memorize. There's really no way to common sense get to this point unless your brain is super mathematically inclined with racial spatial things, but relational spatial things. So we are going to have, from this corner right here closest to us, we are going to draw off to the side a horizontal line. Make sure it's not angled, okay? It needs to be horizontal. So double check your ruler in relationship to the other sides of your paper. Keep it parallel to that, okay? So just draw it off to the side just like that, all right? We need to cut him off somewhere. This is not arbitrary. We take this guideline from the vanishing point and we extend him until there's an intersection, and that is where we cut this guy off, all right? So now we've got this triangle going on down here. So remember, we've got this corner extending in a horizon line. We have this vanishing line, this vanishing point guideline extending to hit an intersection. It'd be the same thing on the other side. You could do the other side. You could just take this and extend this in a horizontal, and then it would be this guideline that would cut him off, okay? So now we're gonna focus on this distance. It's the distance between this point and this point right here. And in your quiz, I'm gonna ask for 6 checkered columns and rows. So what we're gonna do then is we're gonna take this distance and we are gonna separate this into 6 equal parts. So let's see if I can do that well here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's make sure you can see this. Okay, so visually separate that into 6 equal parts. All right, so we have this part, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so those 6 spaces right there. So these dots right here, these little intersections that I have, that I've ticked off on, they need to go back to the opposite vanishing point. All right, oh, one more, almost forgot. So now we're starting to get something, if you can visualize this, that kind of looks like farmers' cornrows in a field, all right? So now the next step that you do, which you're gonna have to memorize also, is you need to eraser out of the way. You need to connect the farthest corner to the nearest corner. Remember we did this in your previous quiz and you were finding the middle? Okay, farthest corner to nearest corner. By doing that, you are creating some more intersections. Right here, right here, right here, right here, and right here. You see that? Those intersections go back to their opposite vanishing point. Oops. Wow, look at that. Good thing that was merely a guideline. Totally tripped over my own finger. All right. And there we go. Just to clean it up, I'll erase this here. And this is now your 2-point perspective checkerboard. Just for visuals, I will make this bold. This bold. All right, so you can see this. And if it helps you, you can shade in the checkerboard like chess here, if that helps you visualize what it looks like. You don't have to, but I know some students like to have that added feature just to see how does this look. Okay, you can see what's going on here. So this is an accurate 2-point perspective checkerboard in perspective.